I've got an Exmark Laser Z here with a 60-inch deck, a 24-horse Kawasaki motor on it, and I got a busted idler pulley. This is pretty much common sense on how to change these, but I thought I'd run through it with you just in case you've never done it before, make your job a little bit easier. Let's do it. First thing you want to do is pop off this cover. Just pull that back. This lifts right off. And here's my busted idler pulley. I'm also going to pull off the foot plate, and that just lifts up and lifts out. And there's our busted bearing. Well, that doesn't look good, does it? Next, I want to pull the belt off. Obviously, I had to take the tension off that pulley, and I just grab the belt and roll it off. Now, you want to be careful not to pinch your fingers in there. You can see I got some gloves on. You just roll it up over the pulley, and she pops off. And now I can get the pulley off. You can see that's jammed in there. Boy, it's been working on that for a while. I'm going to go ahead and loosen that nut. It's a 9/16. The bolt's not turning. A lot of times underneath, whether you have a Ferris or whatever, there'll be a carriage bolt with 4 sides on it that lock into the deck. Otherwise, you might have a bolt. You got to put a channel lock pliers on that, a vice grip on that to hold that in place while you loosen this. Now, I'm hoping I can just reuse this bolt and nut. There's our idler pulley. Mercy, mercy, mercy. And, she slides right off. Nice. Perfect. Eee, doggy. That's not good. I guess I need a new bolt. I can feel that it's been working against it. I'll just push that through, drop that out, and I'll order a new one with a new pulley. And while I'm under here, I want to check my spindles. They're good. The other pulley, a little questionable, but it's still all in place. The other one's okay. That's good. So everything's all right for now. I just need to get a new idler pulley. I think this is an aftermarket pulley. I'm not sure. But it says part number ABFI-108. And I just wanted to show you this bolt. It should be a hardened bolt. You can see it's a carriage bolt with the square off under the head. That locks in that hole. So when you tighten it down, and you can see, ouch. It's been scraping for a while. Well, I got all the parts I needed except for this bolt. And really, this should be a hardened bolt. But I went to the hardware store and they didn't have any hardened carriage bolts. So I've got this one laying around. I'm going to cut this one off. It's too long and not damage the threads. So let's do that now quick. Make it a little longer than I need. You want to put the nut on first before you start doing this. And I'll put it in the bench vise. And you can just use what you got laying around. And I I think this will go pretty quick, so I don't want to get any power tools out. Got a little bit of a dull blade here. There we go. Now the beauty of having the nut on is obviously the threads are damaged a little bit. You can back this out. It's a little sticky right there. And that cleans up the threads. There you go. Now I've got a sharp edge there. I'm going to take that and grind that down just a little bit. Put the nut back on, just in case it's not clean. And when I'm grinding, you could use a file too, a hand file, but I'm just going to kind of put a rounded edge on there. And you want your safety goggles for this. Off just in case the threads are a little damaged. Clean as a whistle. Now let's go install it on the mower with our new idler pulley. And as you recall, our bushing that goes in the middle of that got all chewed up. So I found another one. And I'm just going to tap that in. You want a nice snug fit on that, obviously. Good. She's in there nice and tight. Beautiful. A lot better than what was in there, huh? And I'm just going to reach up underneath the deck and lock this in. Then I'll put the pulley on. She's locked in. Let's set that on there. Good. And our nut, beautiful. Now that's locked in, so I can crank down on this. The 9/16. Now that should be a lock nut, and it's all worn out. So I'm going to put another nut on top of that, and that'll all lock that together. Basically does the same thing. Good. How about that? Now we'll bring our belt back around. And it's going to be a little tighter this time. I want to make sure I'm underneath the pulley in the back. Everything's lined up here, I can see. And I just set it against that bolt on that spindle there to hold it in place temporarily. And here we are checking in back. And we're on that just right. Beautiful. Now let's put the belt on. Alright, everything's lined up, good. In place. Now put this belt back on. Be careful you don't pinch your fingers. But I just roll it on the pulley and roll it around. That's it. We're all set. Looks good. And we'll test it out and make sure everything's working as it should. And we'll throw our covers back on. I hope this video was a help to you. If it was, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And I look forward to helping you with other projects online.